Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for my official Money in the Bank 2024 predictions. Now, if any of you guys watched UFC 303, you would agree with me that Alex Pereira is one of the most impressive UFC stars that we've seen in the past decade. Like, I don't think anyone in the light heavyweight division is going to beat him currently right now. He should probably move up to heavyweight and get some tougher competition, I would say. But overall today we got plenty to talk about, so quick disclaimer as usual. If you disagree or just have a different prediction about anything, please let me know in the comments. So without further ado, let's get straight into the predictions. Cue the intro. Alright, so obviously right there we have the first match of the night, which I think will be the first match of the night. We have the Intercontinental Championship match between Sami Zayn and Bron Breakker. Overall, they have a pretty good story leading up to this match. This should be an absolutely insane match, but I think they have the opportunity to ruin something insane here. I seriously do not think that they're going to end Sami Zayn's title reign just yet. I have Sami Zayn retaining here. If anything, I do have Sami Zayn's title reign ending at least SummerSlam, because I don't think he's, like, Money in the Bank is like one of those pay-per-views where all champions retain. I mean, I could be wrong on this, but Bron Breakker, you know, he just got to the Raw roster. Like, I think he needs a little more. Obviously, he's been dominant, but I think he needs, like, just a little bit more time to, you know, settle in and become even more dominant. I mean, I definitely could be wrong. Maybe some people could have Sami putting Bron Breakker over, but I just don't think that needs to happen quite yet. I think I have Sami retaining right here at Money in the Bank. Alright, obviously, next up, we have the Women's Money in the Bank match. I think, really, if anyone's been watching wrestling, I think there's really only one option right here. It must be Tiffany Stratton. Like, it has to be Tiffany Stratton. She has this little Barbie character that the Money in the Bank will fit her character so well. The only person that I would consider even coming close to beating Tiffany Stratton for it is Chelsea Green, because it also kind of fits her character too, but I don't think that needs to happen. Tiffany Stratton's just athletic ability, if she does cash in, she would be a great champion. Like, her constant springboarding, moonsault, she's absolutely amazing. So WWE, don't be dumb. Sometimes the obvious is the correct answer. Alright, next up, we have Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens versus the Bloodline. Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and I'm imagining Tonga Loa will be the third participant for the Bloodline. And for this match, like, this either is gonna steal the show, or it's just gonna be one of those random, like, 6-person tag matches that nobody wants to see, but I think it's probably gonna steal the show. I will say this now, if they want the Bloodline, this new Bloodline, to have any momentum going forward, they need to win. Like, they must pick up this W. You know, you got Jacob Fatu, you know, coming in, like, forming this big old new Bloodline group. They have to get the momentum so that we could go into Bloodline versus Bloodline, which at least I hope will be Bloodline versus Bloodline. You know, you got Roman Reigns, you got Sami Zayn, you got Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and obviously maybe another member could come. However, I do have Jimmy Uso coming back, you know, after the Bloodline pins him and eventually wins, then they're going to try to beat them down a little bit more, but then you're going to hear Jimmy Uso's music come out, and he's going to come out, he's going to even the numbers. You got Randy, KO, Cody, and then obviously Jimmy Uso. No disrespect to Cody, KO, and Randy whatsoever, but they have to put these guys over. Alright, next up, we have the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We have Chad Gable, Jey Uso, Andrade, LA Knight, and Carmelo Hayes. And then, obviously, you have the 6th member, which I'm assuming is going to be Drew McIntyre. So, what we're going to do real quick, we're going to use the process of elimination. Like, we know Drew's not winning it, because obviously you're going to have a little interference from a little guy named Phillip Brooks. Obviously, Andrade doesn't really need the Money in the Bank. Chad Gable, even though I really like Chad Gable's character right now, his little heel character that he has going on, I don't really think he needs the Money in the Bank just yet. I'm not sure he's world title material just quite yet. Carmelo Hayes, he does have some potential to get the Money in the Bank, but he again, like Bron Breakker like I said, for Bron Breakker for the Intercontinental title, he just got on the roster. He really needs some time to settle into the roster before he starts doing big things. So for me, it really comes down to the guy who should have won it last year, LA Knight, or Jey Uso. I think it has to be Jey Uso. Like, it just must be Jey Uso. If they want Jey Uso to have any credibility going forward, he needs to win the Money in the Bank. For one, you already have LA Knight's feud with Logan Paul. He's going to win the United States title at SummerSlam. And, already LA Knight should have gotten it last year. So if he won it this year, okay, a little too late. And second, this will be Jey Uso's redemption of basically being screwed out of matches he should have won, taking L after L after L after L. Matter of fact, besides Chad Gable and Jey Uso, Chad Gable and Sami Zayn, I think Jey Uso should have been the one to dethrone Gunther. I'm not lying. But obviously he could imagine the possibilities. He could cash it in for the world title. He has a history with Gunther, so if he wins at SummerSlam, he could eventually be doing it. Or he also has a history with Cody. I mean, they were former friends, but you could have him cash in on Cody, become the undisputed title, which he claims he should have won at SummerSlam. And also, wouldn't it be cool if he had his own custom briefcase that says Yeet in the Bank? That would be so cool. And finally, we have our main event, which I think will be the main event anyway. We have Damian Priest versus Seth Rollins. But I will admit, he has proved me wrong. He has been a great champion so far. Honestly, he's been the most interesting champion so far in WWE, in my opinion. I mean, he's been putting on clinic after clinic after clinic after clinic of a match, and honestly, it's been pretty awesome. And Seth Rollins returning so early. Overall, the build-up to this match hasn't been the best, but it's been kind of awesome, if you're asking me. But overall, to any of you guys that don't like Damian Priest, if you think that Priest will drop the title before SummerSlam, you're mistaken. I mean, I obviously have Damian Priest retaining here, only because I just don't have him leaving the Judgment Day yet. I think that's going to be a separate rivalry. Seth Rollins, obviously, I think he will end up having another feud, but with who, I'm not really sure yet. But I just don't know where Seth Rollins is going to go forward, so that's my only struggle, seeing him losing. But obviously, Damian Priest and Gunther, they have history. It only makes sense if those two are the ones to face off at SummerSlam, and it's going to be a damn good match. Alright guys, that is going to do it for my Money in the Bank 2024 predictions. If you guys like this video, please make sure to smash that subscribe button and leave a like on this video. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. Hopefully we'll get it by the end of the month. I'm trying to get monetized very, very, very soon. So, I will see y'all guys the next time I upload. Peace!